giving you the real from A to Z surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. News, updates, rumors, transactions, takes, and more. So strap up, Cowboys Nation, and start your day off with A to Z Sports. Live with Will Steele.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. Good morning, good people. Welcome to A to Z Sports Live, presented by the Cochran Firm, Boston Scientific, and DFW Turf. I am your host, Will Skywalker Steele. Boom! You get so close, man. Today is actual football. I woke up to outstanding playing through the speakers. I feel really good today. We got a great show lined up for y'all. We're going to talk about Dallas Cowboys X factors. I'll throw up the X on them today. Got two players in a group of players that I think can play a major factor in pushing the Cowboys to victory. So we'll talk about that. Plus, in the roundup, we got some good news on a couple Dallas Cowboys starters, one on offense, one on defense, and of course the very, very first injury report for both teams of the 2022 NFL season dropped today or yesterday. So we'll take a look at that and see where the Cowboys stand. Looking pretty good. Just saying, Cowboys are looking pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the Bomb Squad in the building.
Bomb Squad!
B said, yo, you got to change the intro, man. Randy's on there. Listen, B. Randy's on there. I think Trayvon Diggs got number 27. It says 8 a.m. Yeah, I'm already working on all that stuff, too. So we'll probably get a new intro, hopefully before the season. But if not, we'll get it at some point. But we definitely got to switch some things up. But shout out to y'all in the building. We got some trolls, Lamitra, already. Listen, y'all take care of that. That's what I love about y'all. Y'all take care of that, man. Shout out to Derek, Lord Nova, my brother Lee in the building, Brandon C, Ha Lee on Facebook in the building, H.A. Lee, Mark Quinn, Gregory, TC915, Mel Hayes in the building, James, Brian Bradford, like I said earlier, Professor O, Code Jelly, Ghost Face, Thriller, I love it, Iceberg Q, Chase G, Q, just Q, Cameron C, Captain America, how does it, sir? Adrian Padilla, Joey V, Timo 419, Paris C, Stephen White, Corey O'Neal, Sin City, Grant Rain, all y'all coming through early, and I love it and I appreciate it. Hopefully I continue to bring this energy in the morning to wake y'all up. Get your coffee. Let's have a good time. If you want to call into the Pulse of the Nation hotline, you can. It's powered by the Cochran Firm, 351-999-3787. And if you want to keep in touch with all things Dallas Cowboys, phone line included, just look down there right there. DFW Turf Ticker, the #1 artificial turf in the DFW area. Yeah, any trolls rolling up in here, y'all take care of them, okay? We ain't got time for that today. We are a few days away from Cowboys Bucks on Sunday night, and we've talked about all the stars, right? All the big names. But like every game in the NFL, it's usually a play or two, series or two. Those guys no one's talking about, or those guys the opposing team, maybe flying under the radar. So that's today's meat and potatoes of the show. So stick around for that. We already got a super chat.
Super chat.
Smoke 14. Appreciate you for the $10 donation. He says, Sky, you hear the last interview with Micah and Diggs, man? They are both locked in. You see it in their face. I can't wait. Go Cowboys. Micah has been killing these interviews. Diggs' interviews, I actually enjoyed them because it's a lot of nuance to it, X's and O's and things like that, usually. But the other day he talked about the defense being fast and whatnot as well. But yeah, man, Micah, whenever he speaks, I like to try to listen to his interviews because he just fires me up in general from a Cowboy fan standpoint. So I can only imagine playing with a dude like that. We talked about Micah being this era's Ray Lewis, and I'm talking about on the field. I'm talking about being able to get his guys around him to rally. Not all the other stuff y'all probably thinking, but I do think that he is trending towards that way. And Ray came in right off the bat and was a beast, and so was Micah. With that said, y'all, let's hit this roundup. We got a nice, cool I don't want to say quick, but swift show. So it's up to y'all. If you want to call in later, 351-999-3787, you absolutely can. There we go.
It's time! It's time! It's time!
It's time. It's time.
It is time for.
It's time for the morning roundup. Round 'em up, boys.
Oh, they do it. Hey, oh, they do it.
Hey, Michael Gallup. It's getting close. He is getting close. He continues to make progress, participating in individual drills for the first time since December of last year. And according to reporters, according to the team, he's hitting all his marks. They're encouraged, and he's progressing well. All good signs, in my opinion, for Michael Gallup to be back sometime in September. We talked to Michael Gelkin last week, and he also believes that, he could be back in September. Now, we got a bit of a cheat code on when he'd be back when Dallas decided not to put him on the PUP list, meaning they expect him to be back either before that fourth game or at that fourth game. I'm saying 3-4, which seems about right. They said he would miss maybe the first two games. I'm still leaning towards that, but this is great news for Michael Gallup's return. So if you get him back week 3, that's what, the Giants, y'all? The Giants week 3, and then the Washington football people week 4. So, hey, Giants fans, if you're watching, it's a nice little warm-up game for Michael Gallup. So I'll take it. But very possible very likely you won't have him week 1, almost positive you won't have him week 1. Not sure about week 2, but if I had to guess, I would say week 3. Week 3 being on the brighter side of things. Week 4 being on the, all right, we gave him, an extra 3 weeks of the season. We got to get you in here, or we should just put you on PUP. So we feeling week 3, week 4, Cowboys Nation. Adrian says week 3 for both Peters and Michael Gallup. Like I said, we got our first injury, official game week injury report on both sides of the ball. And for the Cowboys, it was only 2 players. Michael Gallup, which we just talked about, and Jordan Lewis, the only 2. And Jordan Lewis was listed as limited as well as Michael Gallup, but Jordan Lewis is limited from the hamstring injury he suffered last month in L.A. against the Chargers. Limited is not bad. Limited is good. It's a Wednesday. Now, if we get to Friday and he did not practice, then he probably won't play. But it was Wednesday, it's Thursday now. We'll see where he's at. But it seems like J. Lou is trending towards playing. The tricky thing about the injuries, or about the hamstring, though, is it has the tendency to maybe linger a bit. So the last thing I want is for Deron Bland not to be prepared. All right, or Kelvin Joseph, whoever they decide to be cornerback for. So I'd imagine those 2 kids are getting a lot of time at practice just in case J. Lou has to come out that game. They're not getting thrown in the fire against Tom Brady, which would be the first time for Kelvin Joseph, even though it's his second year, and just first game in general for Deron Bland. So, and J. Lou played against Tom last year, so you would like to have him out there. But that's it for the Cowboys, J. Lou and Michael Gallup. On the flip side, Buccaneers is a little bit longer. Julio Jones did not practice, but it was not related to an injury. He looked like he was in good spirits. Tristan Wirfs was a limited participant, Pro Bowl tackle, but again, I don't think he's not trending towards playing. The interesting one is Chris Godwin was listed as full. That actually took me by surprise. I thought he'd be limited and they'd play a bit of a game with us throughout the week. Full participant on Wednesday. if I was a Bucs fan or if I was a Bucs player or coach or whatever, I feel pretty good about the prospects of having Chris Godwin out there week 1. I'd rather not. From a Cowboys fan standpoint, I'd rather not play. But listen, it looks like he's kind of trending that way. We'll see what happens today. We'll see what happens in today's practice report with Chris Godwin. But full was a surprise to me. Bit of a surprise. And that will do it for today's morning roundup, Cowboys Nation. How we feeling about Michael Gallup? Y'all see him returning next week? Y'all see him returning week 3, week 4? What y'all got here? T-Mac says if they thought Gallup would be out till week 4, why wouldn't they put him on IR? Well, that's the thing. They didn't think he'd be out past week 4. Here's the thing. If you put him on PUP, not IR, you would just continue to put him on PUP. He misses 4 games, which is why I said it's a cheat sheet. We now know that he's going to be back either week 3 or week 4. If he comes back week 4, he only misses 3 games. If you put him on PUP, he has to miss all 4 of those games, and he can't practice. So we got a little bit of a cheat sheet when they elected to not put him on the PUP list, T-Mac. I hope I wasn't confusing or that isn't confusing there. So there's a lot of little nuance to IR, PUP list, active PUP list, inactive PUP list, NFI. It's mad confusing. But that's where we're at with it from Michael Gallup. What did it's toxic Sky? What did Tampa Bay's owner have to say about Chris Godwin? I couldn't even tell you his name. We a different breed over here, brother. We a different breed. What's up, Matt? How you doing, brother? Cold Jelly. Will Deron Bland play this week? I think he will suit up 100%. Will he play may be a different situation. If J. Lou plays, maybe he gets a couple snaps. You have him in on special teams. But will he play significant number of snaps? That would depend on Diggs, J. Lou, and Anthony Brown. Are those guys healthy? Chase. It's a good question, Chase. I don't know if you're going to be here throughout the entire show, but save that question for later. I do like that question. Save it for later. All right, before we jump into the meat potatoes, let's hop into the phone lines very quick. Of course, the Pulse of the Nation hotline is presented by the Cochran Firm. Since 2005, our guys Larry and Brian have been holding it down for the Cochran Firm in the DFW area, the community, everything around Houston, Dallas, or Fort Worth. Again, headlined by Brian and Larry. They handle the most challenging civil cases involving personal injury, wrongful death, fraud, truck, and automobile accidents. Listen, there's been a ton of rain, a lot of floods going on. If you got into a minor accident or a major one, you could definitely hit up Larry or Brian down at the Cochran Firm. If you want to do so, you can by calling 1-800-THE-FIRM or hit up CochranTexas.com for your free consultation today. We got Reek on the horn early. What's up, Reek?
Yo, what's going on, Sky? Cowboy Nation, stand up. Yo, this game 1. My thing is like this, bruh. I had something to say about that Ray Lewis comment. He ain't Ray Lewis, man. He's a different breed from Ray Lewis. I can understand the intangibles a little bit, but I'm always going to say he's closer to me. He's closer to LT, man.
Yeah, you completely missed that comparison there, brother. You completely missed that. I'm not talking about the players. Of course, he's not Ray Lewis, the player. He's more LT. We're talking about Ray Lewis.
He's more LT to me.
We ain't talking about that, though. Like how you going to take what I said and be like, I know what you said and what your main point was, but throw that out. That ain't what I'm talking about, but that's what I was talking about.
I want him to develop in the Ray Lewis as far as his instincts, knowing everything gonna go, where everything can go on the field. But I'm talking about Ray Lewis intangibles. That's what I'm comparing Micah to Ray Lewis about. Yeah. Okay. My thing is this. My thing is this for week 1. Jordan Lewis better get his butt up and then try to get out there. But if you can't go, just don't go because we're gonna need you later. And plus, Deron Bland is not a bad choice to have as a replacement for this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I get I get why he's trying to come in, because he's looking over his shoulder, because he see these young guys, because Ron Blair might get on the field and never get back off the field. So I understand that too. My thing is about this game, we need to push the pocket. You know what I mean? The real thing for me with this defense is, can they stop the run? You know what I'm saying? Is that middle better than it has been? Is it better than it was last year, as far as people running directly at us?
For this game, or are you talking about for the entire season?
Well, I know we're gonna get tested for this season, but I know time is gonna make sure to see if that middle is strong as they say it is. Everybody tries to set up the middle. That we've been getting tried up the middle for years.
I mean, not a Tom Brady offense. They didn't run the ball a lot last year, and when they did, they averaged less than 4 yards per carry against Dallas, with I think a worse off interior than last year. So I don't really necessarily anticipate them trying to just run the ball up the middle all game on the Cowboys. In my opinion, you may see it that way, but based off what I saw and how Tom Brady operates in this offense, they're not a team that's going to try to run the ball on you a bunch. They just run to stay on script. That could change. He's 45. Maybe they switch it up, but that's just what I saw.
Yeah, I agree with that too. A little bit. You know what I'm saying? My thing is like this. I already know Tom is gonna get the ball out of his hand quick. Especially with those 5-yard hitches and stuff like that. And especially if he can't run the ball, he's damn sure gonna get the ball out of his hand. My whole thing is like this. Us as a defense, I don't think they should be so much concerned on far as Tom throwing touchdowns and stuff like that. My whole thing is with Tom. I always seen Tom and his age show up is when people hit him. My thing is like this: if he gets the pass off, hit him. Just keep hitting him the whole game, because that age is going to show up, and it always does. And the reason I say that is because anytime that Tom Brady gets flustered, people are in his lap. He can't do nothing, and people are hitting on him.
Yep.
And he tends to soften up a little bit more than people just letting him stand back there and throw the damn ball. And you know what I mean? Because I never understood teams never took the page out of the Giants' book when they was beating on Tom Brady in those Super Bowls.
Not everybody,
they was hitting him.
Brother, not everybody had the Giants pass rush either, though. Like you know what I'm saying? So again, it's easier said than done with Tom Brady, but I think we do have a defense equipped to make things tough on him. And last year they didn't hit him. They barely touched him. They didn't sack him at all.
Yeah.
There was only 9 pressures in that game. So it has to be the opposite. If they don't touch Tom Brady, he'll just do this all game. He'll just pick you apart. So that was definitely one of the talking points from the other day this week. You gotta pressure Brady, because when you pressure Brady, all of his production just plummets from a passer rating, from yards per attempt, from a completion percentage, everything it plummets.
Yeah, man, they gotta let Micah hunt. I don't care where Micah come from. He got to be all over the damn field. You know what I mean? I don't want him just lining up at linebacker. I want him coming from the right side, left side, up the middle at him. I want Micah to be. I want him to see flashes of 11 every time he snap that ball. Like, where is 11?
They'll be looking for him, man. They'll be looking for him. Who was it? Todd Bowles said that's one of the first things they're going to be doing is when he comes to line of scrimmage. Where is 11? Hey, appreciate the call, though, Rick.
All right, now.
I'll get with you this week.
Yes, sir.
Mr. My thing is, Rick funny as hell. Rick came here and said, listen, man, I know what you talking about with Michael Parsons. I don't give a damn about none of that. He ain't this person, he that person. Well, damn, Rick. My point was the point. Y'all wild, man. Y'all wild. Hey, King, I saw you on Twitter. I followed you back on there, man. I think I did. Yeah, I definitely followed you back on there. Appreciate you, big dog. All right, y'all. Let's get into these X factors, because I think this is the part of the show that y'all came here for, right? Who are the 3 X factors the Sky is talking about? I think the very first one is obvious. Extremely obvious. Almost immediately when he was signed, I think you got to look at the first one as obvious. Now, before I do that, the average fan, they look at this game and they see a ton of the main players that we talk about, right? The Diggs, the Micahs, the Evans, the Julios. If you're a fantasy player, you see all these names. But as I mentioned earlier, it's often the one or two plays. It's often the one or two series or a game from a under the radar player, whether it be under the radar from a fan, whether it be under the radar from the opposing team, right? And I got two players in a group of players that I think are major X factors in this game. And the first one is obvious. It's KaVontae Turpin. The most obvious part of this is his ability to be a return man. That's the most obvious part. He can flip the game upside down on its head without even going out there on offense. Right? So he's an X factor from that alone. Last season, the Bucs scored 31 points on the Cowboys, right? Brady threw for a whole bunch of yards. All that good stuff. But they still had to punt 4 times. And we think this defense is better, right? So let's say we make them punt an extra 2 more times. That's 6 punts. So let's say 4 to 6 punts from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's 4 to 6 opportunities for KaVontae Turpin to turn the game upside down on its head. Right? Now, when you go to the offensive side of the ball, you're going into this game without Michael Gallup. You're going into this game without Amari Cooper. There's an unknown up front. There's inexperience after CD Lamb from the wide receiver position. There's a lot of question marks you don't know about. So to me, I'm throwing playmakers at this thing left and right. And KaVontae Turpin is a playmaker. Well, Scott, he ain't played in the NFL. Understood. His skill set is playmaking ability. So you have his ability on special teams here, but you also, if they use him right on offense, he has the ability to be a big playmaker on offense. But that's going to come down to the guy calling the shots, and that's Kellen Moore. And Kellen Moore was very giddy about the prospects of KaVontae Turpin. So maybe we will see something like that. I like to see the jet sweeps, some fly motion, some of that quick game, tunnel screens, whatever. And I'm not even asking to put the ball in the man's hand 10 times on offense, because he doesn't need that to make a difference in this game because of his ability, right? Let me take you back. Way back. Back in time. Let me take you back. 2016, y'all. 2016 against the Packers on the road. The Cowboys, rookie Dak Prescott, rookie Ezekiel Elliott, no Dez Bryant, right? No Dez Bryant. It's a guy by the name of Lucky Whitehead in that game. Lucky Whitehead made 2 of the biggest plays in only 2 opportunities of the entire game that helped the Cowboys win. Didn't need to touch the ball 10 times, 20 times, none of that. Didn't even get a chance to get a kickoff return. Didn't get a chance to get a punt return. But if we go back, it was 2 plays in that game that Lucky Whitehead helped the Cowboys. And I use Lucky because Turpin, Lucky, Tavon, I've grouped them before. They're all similar players in an aspect. They're the smaller guys with big playability, right? Not your traditional type of dudes. But if y'all remember, Lucky had that jet sweep that got Dallas out of its own end zone. And later on, the Cowboys scored a touchdown to Terrence Williams. Then they ran a play action with Lucky Whitehead, basically in the backfield behind the tackle and the tight end. And you get him for a deep ball for about 30, 31 yards. Those were 2 huge plays in that game. The only 2 plays Lucky got. And they resulted in points. Double-digit worth points. And that's all you really need from Turpin. That's all I'm really asking for from a KaVontae Turpin. I don't need to put the ball in his hands 7, 8, 9, 10 times on offense. You could. You absolutely could. But because of this type of ability, he only need a handful of opportunities. So say he gets 6. We're going to stick to that number. Those are 6 dangerous opportunities for KaVontae Turpin. So he is, without a doubt, I mean, the number 1 X factor, I think, in this game. The number 1. Because he can flip this game upside down on its head in a multitude of ways. So that's my number 1 X factor. By the way, again, there are a ton of X factors we can have in this game. At the end, I'll ask you all for yours, or you can list them however you want, and we'll talk about it. But KaVontae Turpin, if you had to kind of put him in a pecking order of X factors for the Cowboys on Sunday night, where would you have him at? And we'll get to the chat. I had a feeling once I brought up Lucky, somebody would talk about that damn dog. It was to Bryce? Huh. Thought that was to T. Will. Maybe it was, okay, T. Will got a deep ball, I think, in that game. No, it was in that game. It's definitely in that game. He got a deep ball to the sideline. I watched the play, and I think I mixed up T. Will. But yeah, Bryce Butler. Touchdown regardless. Should have been a touchdown for Lucky. Gosh, we're doing this, really? Sitting there trying to show y'all a play about Lucky Whitehead in the comparison to Turpin, and we nitpicking here. About a game in 2016. Y'all crazy. Funny thing is, Trey, we might be the same height-ish, all of us, but Lucky's rocked up. I wish I was as big as Lucky's rocked up. He ain't no little dude. I don't know about Tavon Austin. I never really seen Tavon in a weight room. He just naturally gifted from a speed, quickness standpoint. Toxic said, I don't trust Dallas to beat beat good teams. They usually find a way to blow it. Yeah, I mean, sure. Gregory says, absolutely, Sky, play him all game. So you want to play Turpin all game. I mean, I wouldn't argue with that at all. He's got big playability. Get him out there, right? Threaten. If you look at the last part here, speed kills. You know, use his speed to threaten the defense. I don't care if it's a decoy. Send his ass down the field. Send his ass down the field. I don't care. I think Turpin is faster than Lucky. I mean, I don't know what Lucky's 40 was or anything like that, but I'd be shocked if Turpin's not a 4.2 guy, low 4.3. Dude is ridiculously fast. Ridiculously fast. A Shy says, my X factors, Micah. Oh, Micah and X Factor. Come on, man. Micah, Turpin, Tony Pollard, wide receiver 2, Tyler Smith. I will give you Turpin, and I will give you wide receiver 2. The rest of these guys are wouldn't consider under the radar type dudes. Yeah, wide receiver 2 could be Noah Brown, likely Noah Brown, or Jalen Tolbert. Yeah, I understand that, Trey. I'm learning that right now. Toxic. So you're saying we should feature playmakers? Man, what a wild idea. Yeah, man. Yeah. What if he has Tyreek ability? Not saying he's Tyreek, but he could have downfield advantage. Now, if he is Tyreek Hill light, well then shit. Yeah, I don't. You play him all game. He becomes wide receiver, and I use quotations, wide receiver 2. I don't care if he's not traditional, but if he can do Tyreek Hill things, then yeah, you absolutely put him out there. I think we had a couple donations that I did not get to. Give me a second and let me get to those. Got one right now. Shout out to John Jones for the $2 donation.
Super chat.
Y'all a strange bunch, man. Oh, Coach.
Super chat.
So apparently Cold Jelly is CJ, but he's on Facebook. So salute to you, bro. He had $5 donation. It's CJ from Facebook. I made the transition to YouTube. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the YouTube community. Appreciate you. All right, man. Let's get back to the phone lines. We got the one, the only, the lunatic. What's good, brother?
Sky, Cowboys Nation, buenos dias. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Thursday. We got some football, but not the football we want. We want it Sunday night at AT&T.
It's a long ways away, man.
Listen, shout out to Big Mo. If you're not listening to Prime Time, you need to make it a daily regimen. 2 days ago, he had an interview with the Tampa Bay writer, and he did mention, Mauro asked him, look, what do you think our offense will attack on your defense? And he said, your tight ends against our linebackers. Because if you attack the middle of the field, Todd Bowles will have to readjust because he wants to come after Dak. He loves blitzing. Tampa Bay was first in the NFL last year at 40% blitz. And if you attack him with those tight ends, he's going to have to get out of that. And then that's why the X factor, I hate to say it, but those tight ends, that 12 personnel, take them out of what they want to do. So as you said on Watch, get the music ready. It's not that. It's just I see vulnerabilities. The NFL sees vulnerabilities, and we can exploit those. Maybe it's not going to be a blowout. No, but we can go ahead and get this win. We should have gotten it last year.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
New season. So there are things that we can exploit.
100%.
In my opinion, if it's a low-scoring defensive battle, we win. We get into a shootout with Tom Brady, I'm sorry. It's going to be another loss. But can't wait till Sunday night. We get a little appetizer tonight. But Sunday night, Cowboys Nation, remember, Lions eat goats. Dallas 21, Tampa Bay 17. Sky, thank you. And listen to Mauro at night. Él sabe lo que dice. My homeboy Mauro. Big Mo. Have a great one, Cowboys Nation. Puro pinche Cowboys.
My God, appreciate you, big dog. You know, saying Big Mo is like saying Tiny for your Italian big uncle. You know what I'm saying? You call him Tiny. Big Mo. But, hey, that is we right here, man. We right here. This is a perfect time to segue into my second guy. I was going to wait a little bit, but, yep. My other X factor for today's game is Jake Ferguson. It's Jake Ferguson for most of the reasons you listed there. The lunatic. 12 personnel, I think, is going to be a heavy set for the Cowboys. Now, they have to be more creative out of this, in my opinion. They have to be a little bit better out of it from a running standpoint, in my opinion. But without a doubt, they will run out 12 personnel, I think, at a high clip. Last year, they did so in the first game. That's the beauty about prepping for this game. We have evidence of what both teams did to each other. And the Cowboys ran 12 personnel 35% of the time in the opener against the Bucs. And that was with Tyron Smith and La'el Collins, two bookends that you're comfortable with. Now you got two different starters to start week one. Your rookie who was getting his first shot at tackle since in a long time. And then Taryn Steele, who most of us are confident in, but nonetheless is his first time going up against Tampa Bay in an opener like this. So if you thought they ran 35% of the time last year at a high clip, which was, I think, top 5 in the league in week one, they're going to do it again, if not higher, in my opinion. And they had some success out of it, averaging 8 yards per pass attempt, going 14 of 17. Now, they did throw an interception. They had a touchdown. But that interception, if y'all remember, was a freaking dart across the middle. And then CeeDee Lamb obviously didn't haul it in, and it was picked off. Now, on the ground, they didn't have much success. They ran it out of 12 personnel 10 times, less than 4 yards per carry, didn't have a high success rate. They got to do better in that department, in my opinion. But if you're going to play 12, and you're going to protect your new tackles, right? You're going to run, you're going to pass, whatever it may be, you need that tight end 2 to be good. You need that tight end 2 to play well. And I couldn't help but be impressed with Jake Ferguson from a blocking standpoint. The more and more I watch this guy, you can just tell my man is from Big Ten country. He comes from Big Ten country. He used to play linebacker in high school. So, you know, he's not afraid of the smoke. He puts his nose in there. And I want to say I mentioned this a while ago, but from a blocking standpoint, it's very possible you're getting an upgrade right away from Blake Jarwin. But at the very least, you're going to get an upgrade much sooner than later. Much sooner than later. Ferguson is going to he's going to fight you as a blocker. He's going to show grit. And he also shows some good technique from time to time, too. So I'm confident in Jake Ferguson from a blocking standpoint, coming together faster than maybe some would think. Now, I also said, he's going to play a lot of snaps, plenty of snaps, because last year, Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz both combined both played over 45 snaps in that game. Schultz played 57, Jarwin played 48. And they accounted for 9 receptions for 60 yards on 9 targets, which means they're not really focused on the tight ends, right? So you're going to get a chance to get some off to Ferguson and Schultz. So if you're going to run 12, if you're going to play a lot of snaps like last year Jarwin did, I need my tight end too to be effective. And I really do think Jake Ferguson can be effective in this game. Not only from a blocking standpoint, but hey, maybe he slips through the cracks. Maybe Devin White, who wasn't great in the pass game last year, but Levante David, maybe they're so worried about Schultz, or they're worried about Lamb, or they're worried about Tony Pollard out there with Zeke. He just slips through the cracks, and he makes a big play. And a big play doesn't need to be a 50-yard touchdown. A big play can mean a big splash play, 20 yards. It could be a key block. It could be a red zone touchdown. Those are big plays. And I think Ferguson's going to be an X factor in this game. So, fantastic call from the Lunatic, which helped me segue right into my number 2 X factor of the week, and that is Jake Ferguson. It's going to be in 12. It's going to play a lot of snaps in 12, and he can block. It's hard to say he's better at the moment because he has to go out there and do it against, quality teams, first team defenses and things like that. But if I had to die on the hill, I'll die on this hill that Jake Ferguson will be a better blocker than Blake Jarwin. I don't think that's difficult. You got a guy that came from where did Blake Jarwin come from? Big 12 or something like that? He was more of a wide receiver guy. Jake came from Big 10, and he was more of a blocking tight end that did quality receiving things from a tight end standpoint. In my opinion, he's your best tight end you've drafted coming in over the last, 4 or 5 years. And that includes Dalton Schultz. I think he's a better player right now than Dalton Schultz was when he came in. OK State. So, yeah, Big 12. Appreciate that. So, how are we feeling about Jake Ferguson being a part of this X Factor? Appreciate the donation, Smoke 14.
Super chat.
Says, Sky, can we get film about our center, please, sir? Not this week. This week we're already full blown into the season, but definitely we'll get some film sessions next week, whether it be from me or Vach or many other. It's so many Cowboys creators right now. Somebody will probably talk about it, but you'll probably see some type of film from me. Won't be specifically on the center, but I usually try to do a drive of the game each week if I can. So, and I'm pretty sure Tyler Biadasz will have a lot to say about that. David Wright,
super chat.
Appreciate you for the $5 donation. He says Tom Brady got missing for 11 days to get that stem cell treatment to rejuvenate. Dak couldn't do it. They would have gone crazy. So you basically saying he left to go get a little wink, that shot. I can dig it. Trey says he feels like Jake Ferguson will start next year for us. I agree. All right, we got 970 on the horn. Not sure who 970 is, so let's see what's up with him. 970, what's good?
Hey, how's it going? How about them Cowboys?
How about them, baby? What's up?
Hey, you hit it right on the nose. That was my X factor is Turpin. My thing is, I believe if we get if they kick off to us,
on Sunday night, he'll run that ball back for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That is my bold prediction.
Love it.
I picked that way earlier, though. But I believe that he is our X factor, though. Even if he doesn't get a run, there's a good chance that the punter can shake the punt, knowing that he can run the ball back,
Right. Yeah.
Even if they do punt to him, he's going to give us, maybe up to the 40-yard line or whatever.
Here's what I hope. What's your name, good brother?
My name is Sonny.
Here's what I hope, Sonny. I hope that they look at this film, right? The punter, the special teams, and they get arrogant. They say, man, he from the USFL. That was preseason. That wasn't against starters. I'm going to punt it to his ass anyway. I hope that's how they approach this situation, and they give him a couple opportunities. That's me hoping. 4 and 5. I'm hoping that they do that. But if not, you're right. Yeah. Maybe they're the opposite effect, right? They're just thinking too much. Yeah. They're worried about if he can return and take it to the house, and then he shanks it. So, man, you're sitting in a good position when you got a guy like Kevontae Turpin back there.
Yeah, and I really want to see Michael Parsons how he says he wants to be number one. Well, he's going to find out by watching Brady. I know it's only going to be a second time, but Tom Brady, he really is the GOAT. I mean, watch him. When he doesn't play good, he lets everybody know on that team that they're not doing their – you know what I mean? I need to see that out of Zach, too, But I got my prediction was Dallas is going to go 15-2, and we're going to play in the Super Bowl against the Denver Broncos is who I got it picked as.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to call in and say hi, and when you said – that was my bold prediction, too, was on Turpin. I think he is absolutely our X factor.
Absolutely, man. I love that prediction. Cowboys, Broncos. Yeah. Shades of, what's that, y'all? 1970. Y'all let me know, old head fans in there. Cowboys, Broncos, 1970 something.
I live up here in Durango, Colorado. And I'm telling you, that Bronco defense, they're pretty damn good. They're going to be scary this year.
I like it. That's a good team up there. Hey, Sonny, I appreciate you, man. Love the energy.
Hey, I enjoy talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And let's go, Cowboys.
Let's go, baby. Man, I love that energy, Sonny. Y'all ain't right, man. God, that's some good shit in here, though. But y'all are not right. If you listening back to this and you're like, why is he laughing back there? This is why you got to be live, because you got to read the chat. I mean, I low-key want to screenshot some of these. They are that good, but I refuse to do that to my guy Sonny because that was a great call, and I enjoyed the call. But, Trey, I need some sugar water. Oh my God, it do sound like that. I'm getting off. I'm getting out of the chat. I'm about to close the damn chat. Y'all are awful. Good awful. Ah, man. Danny, can you save me, Danny? This is how you know it's bad. When I'm asking Danny Macho Man Randy Savage to save me. Good Lord.
Good morning. Good morning, Sky. This is going to be a rare occurrence. Haven't even had any coffee yet. So it'll be good. It'll be calm. Like always, when you NWO, it's for life. Love the shirt. Still rock it. My boys rock them. Just gonna talk some football.
Please.
Listen, I think this defense is gonna keep us in every game. It's gonna keep us in every game. But I'm just afraid our O-line is gonna be our Achilles heel at the end of the year. Can we beat Tampa? Absolutely. Just got to blitz Brady up the middle, and I want Micah to retire his ass, pretty much. Ferguson, I think he has a lot of potential. Get rid of Schultz. He could even be a starter next year, Ferguson. The kid Turpentine, that's what I call him. Kid like that, he could win you 2 games easily, special teams-wise. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
You know, what's up? I can imagine what the chat's saying. I don't know if you like me better, crazy.
No, it ain't about they. No, they're not coming at you. They're not coming at you.
I haven't even had my coffee. I mean, I have it, but I haven't started drinking it yet. Like I said, I think but one thing I will be very annoyed about, if Sam Williams is not active Sunday night, I'm gonna be really annoyed about that, because having your second round pick not active, especially, you know what I'm trying to say? Dan Quinn worked him out. Dan Quinn vouched for him.
Yeah.
Bro, that gets you whacked in the real world. You vouch for somebody, and come on. After Quinn worked him out, he rose up everyone's over. He's the next Lawrence Taylor. He's the next this, next that. Listen, I think, like you said yesterday, I'd be happy with 10, 15 points a game from Sam. But I don't know. That's my opinion. And tonight, I'm not even going to watch. I don't even watch. What are you sorry about?
I'm trying to be professional, man, but Lemitra said, all right, matey, sounds like a real Buccaneer.
Okay. So.
Not you.
Yeah, no. Like I said, hopefully there's some college ball on tonight. I'll watch that, because besides Dallas, I don't even watch the NFL. That's just my opinion. So I'll just be doing my scout on, like always. They will be talking about Badass, though, on Monday when he gets.
Yes.
There's no chicken. Yeah, no chicken for him Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll definitely do a film. You know, we'll look at the tape after Sunday. All right, he's going up against Akeem Hicks, and he's going up against Vita Vea. So we'll definitely have something there.
I call him Umaga. He's getting violated Sunday night. Entitled Badass is going to have a bad day Sunday night.
Yeah.
And I truly think in 2023, our first round pick has to be a center.
We're a long way.
Left tackle.
Left tackle. Left tackle, maybe. Yeah.
Your left tackle or center. I'm going to throw a name out for everybody real early. Jared Patterson, center, Notre Dame. Go back to Saturday night's Notre Dame Ohio State game versus a very good Ohio State team. Notre Dame center, Jared Patterson. This kid had about 15 to 20 pancakes. He's my new center, number one.
Here's what I'm going to do.
My new center one.
You the guru, Danny. You got my email. Shoot me some of these names throughout the season. I'll put them in the bank, and I'll check them out as we move forward, man. But appreciate the call, Danny. Good call. Good call.
Good call, Scott. Thank you, since you made me laugh. Thanks so much, man.
See you tomorrow, brother. In the chat. We'll see you in the chat. Goodness, man. I apologize. I really do try my hardest to gather myself. But every time I look over there's somebody saying something. But I think I'm good now. We good to go. Again, there's some people that don't like this type of stuff. You're crazy, man. I have a good time with y'all. I laugh. I joke. We have fun. And we're not laughing at anybody. I laugh at my damn self. So please don't take any of this personal. This is just good-hearted, lighthearted fun amongst family. Speaking of which, man, we got family in the building. Trey, what's good, Trey?
Say, man, look, I just want to show love to the chat, man, and show love to you, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
King Gallup, Professor O. Say, man, Tom, like we in here, bro. I'm crying. I'm sweating, laughing so hard, bro.
I had to get off screen, okay, because I mute myself. I had to holler one time, get it out. I just had to get it out, man, because if I didn't, it could have been bad.
Bro, he didn't sound like that, man. But anyway, like, yeah, if y'all don't tune in, bro, tune in and just the chat, bro. It's lit. It's too lit. But that's all I wanted to say, bro, because I can't eat.
I know. Appreciate you, Trey. I'll get with you in the chat,
man. Sugar water.
Eat sugar water.
Stop it. Listen, what we going to do? I usually will have a specific comment, fan-focused comment to focus on. I'm not doing that today. We're just going to say Lemitra and Trey and whoever the hell else was in the chat doing what y'all do. Y'all are the fan-focused comment. of the morning. And of course, that's presented by Boston Scientific as we get serious here. Did you know that diabetes, heart disease, and prostate cancer procedures can contribute to ED? Many men aren't aware of this or of all the treatment options that a board-certified urologist can offer. Understand your options and learn where you can find an ED specialist in your area to help. Visit edcure.org to get the facts and find a urologist who can offer treatment options that work when pills don't and other treatments don't. Again, that's edcure.org, sponsored by Boston Scientific. It's never too late to get checked out. Now let's take a quick break and gather ourselves.
You're listening to A to Z Sports.
Do it live!
At some point, hoping to broadcast
In front of the millions
of Cowboys fans to bring you the real. But for now, strap up and here's your host, Skywalker Steele.
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
We'll do it live.
I'm here to rescue you. But I need y'all to rescue me. We got to get back in the saddle. We got one more X Factor for today, and it's more so along the lines of a group of people. And phone lines are definitely lit. We got 4 callers, so hold tight, y'all. Hold tight. We'll get to that. My God. All right, man. Let's just keep it moving, man. I don't know what else to say about y'all. Y'all cease to amaze me, right? Isn't that the saying or whatever? It's a fantastic group, man. Fantastic group. All right, let's get to my X Factor / factors number 3. And it involves 3 players, Cowboys Nation. It involves 3 players. Talking about LVE, Jabril Cox, and Anthony Barr. I started off with 1. I was like, we're just going to talk about Brillo. I'm like, well, I can't just say Brillo because I don't know if he's going to be the guy. Oh, well, Anthony Barr. Well, Anthony Barr is still fairly new. I don't even know if he's going to be the guy. Well, LVE is definitely going to play, right? Oh, he didn't play that much last year against the Bucs. So I have no clue how they are going to roll out linebacker 2 opposite of Micah Parsons, if they even do so on a significant snap basis. So I said, screw it. I'm just going to lump them all together. And I have Micah factor up here. You're saying, why is there a Micah factor? I list them together again because if Micah is going to be utilized more coming forward on Sunday, then it's going to be very important for the guy opposite of Micah Parsons, whether that be Barr, whether that be Brillo, whether that be LVE, right? To hold down the fort, to hold it down, whether it be from a rushing standpoint, pass coverage, run defense, whatever. They have to pan out. They have to play well, in my opinion. And there's different circumstances for all 3 of these guys. Anthony Barr and Jabril Cox. Is Anthony Barr ready? Now, he finally got his shot to play a little bit, get his feet wet against the Seattle Seahawks, as did Jabril Cox, who seems to be looking a little bit more healthy from a physical standpoint as well as a mental standpoint. You see him getting out there and getting after it. But Barr played 10 snaps in Seattle. I charted all 10 of them. He probably was only active in about 5 of those snaps, maybe about 5 of those snaps. So you really didn't get a chance to see Barr full-fledged, which is fine. You just needed him to kind of get his feet wet. But you did get a chance to see Jabril Cox. I think it was in week 2 and week 3 of the preseason, kind of move around and get going. The question, though, is do they use these guys on Sunday? I think if you're going to use any of the 3, I kind of lean towards Brillo. And that's not even a knock against LVE, because LVE had as strong of a camp as you can possibly have from the linebacker position. They're not really doing hitting. But from a coverage standpoint, he wasn't bad in coverage in camp. Now, did he get beat a few times? Yeah, it happens. But I don't necessarily think I want LVE or Anthony Barr, for that matter, in man-to-man situations. Zone coverage, different story. Man to man, I don't want to see either of those guys going up against Giovanni Bernard or Cade Otton or Cameron Brate on a consistent basis, which is why you have a guy like Jaron Kearse. But what you don't want to do is have Tom Brady look out there and look over his line, see Micah is lined up at the edge, or see that he might be blitzing, or maybe Micah's not in the game. And now you have a mouse in the house situation. Now I got LVE having to deal with a whole bunch of space, or Anthony Barr having to deal with a whole bunch of space against Giovanni Bernard. That's not what I want to see. But if it is the case, then they need to step up. I lean towards Jabril Cox being the guy to do those things. Again, we talked about this last year, or yesterday, I'm sorry. 50 snaps. 50 snaps is the amount of snaps that Keanu Neal received in that game. 50. Now, half of those or most of those could come from Jaron Kearse this year. They could just bump him down and say, screw it. We're not going to put in LVE, Jabril Cox, or Anthony Barr at that rate. Or they can do what they did last year and have a linebacker play those snaps. Let me ask y'all. If you're going to have a linebacker out there opposite of Micah Parsons majority of the game getting 50 snaps, who would you want to see? LVE, Anthony Barr, Jabril Cox. You can make a case for all these dudes due to their circumstances. Jabril still getting back from health. Anthony Barr, is he up to speed? We don't know yet. And then LVE, he has his flaws in his game. Now, all three of them have flaws. All three of them have advantages. Jabril Cox is a cover guy. Anthony Barr can do a multitude of things. He's probably your more versatile dude. LVE, he trended up towards the end of the season. He got better. He became a little bit more physical towards the end. So there are positives for all three of them as well. But who would y'all want next to Micah? And Johnny says Harper. You could argue Jabril Cox is somewhat of a rookie, but Harper, I don't know about that. I feel like he could get picked on a bit by Tom, right? But I get what you mean. Harper has the athleticism, Johnny. I feel you. I haven't looked in the chat until I asked this question, so please forgive me if I bust out laughing again. I'm trying my hardest here. Let's see. Swain says LVE, Jabril Cox, Barr. So in that order. Joe says I want LVE. He's looking pretty good this year. Again, I mean, I can't. It's hard to say if a guy like LVE or Dorrance, who didn't play, they didn't play in the preseason, and in camp, nothing the linebackers can really do except drop back in zone coverages and do one-on-one things. So he hasn't looked bad. He hasn't looked good. He's been there, and this is the honest to God's truth. Sin City, do you think the D-line is an X factor as well due to the injuries to Tampa? If we wanted to go with the group, and I understand this is technically a linebacker group, but I did this because I couldn't just pick out one player because I don't know who's going to be the guy. But yeah, I mean, the D-line is a main factor I would actually go with. Smoke 14 also brought up Harper. I didn't really think to have Harper out there because Harper is a rookie. This is Tom Brady. Harper's going to likely be asked to do a lot of things in coverage. I understand he has the physical ability, but from a mental standpoint, this will be his first game. And your first game against Tom, we saw what had happened to Micah. Do we think that Harper is Micah? I don't even think we think it's close to that. Micah was kind of lost in the sauce a bit in his debut against Tom. So I would not say Harper, me personally. Y'all something else. And BJ says Brady's going to test Micah in coverage. And that's kind of what I mean by if you put a Harper out there, or LVE for that matter, or not Jabril Cox, which he'll test as well, but Anthony Barr. Those type of guys, they'll definitely test. Let me keep it a being with you. If Micah has to drop back in coverage and things like that, I feel much better about it now than I did week 1 of last year. So, all right. Test him. I've watched Micah run with guys in practice. I've watched Micah run with guys in the season last year once he got his feet wet. I know Micah not only has the physical attributes to do things, but he has the mental attribute as well, right? So, okay. Test his ass. Let's see. Right? Because I understand Jabril Cox is probably your best natural cover guy, but Mike has been put in that situation more than any of these dudes last year, and I think that he excelled better than any of those guys. So cool, test him. But I want Micah to come forward. That's kind of where I would see it at. All right, let's hit the phone lines. We got our guy D. Sean on the horn. What's goody?
Oh, well, good morning, Scott. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, good
All
sir.
right, so first thing I'm going to do, this for the lunatic, he said, if anybody got on the call, say independent Kellen Moore. So that's shout out to you, the lunatic. So I'm just excited. I'm ready for today. I know it's not actually, Cowboy football, but just I'm ready for football. I'm done with the preseason. Yeah, that was fun and all, but I'm ready to see some real football action. The X Factors, I actually like your X Factors, all of them. I think Turpin will get tested at least once, either in the kickoff or punt turn. So I'm hoping he brings one back so they can know who he really is. I don't know if you heard it, but I guess every Tuesday now Michael's supposed to be on Undisputed. So so that's supposed to be happening too. So just look out for that, any Cowboys fans. And I know y'all don't like Skip and Shannon. I don't either, but that's something to look out for. Like I said, just excited. I feel like it's gonna be a low-scoring game. It's not gonna be the high-octane time like we did last time in Tampa Bay. Personally, I think Brady got a lot going on. He missed 11 days. He doesn't have the same linemen he had before. He doesn't have Gronk. He doesn't have none of these people. So I feel like all it takes is just one little hit, one little thing. Once you start seeing Brady get frustrated or get pissed off at his offensive line, then we have him.
Yeah, the game, the game I harken back to is the Saints game. I want to say the Saints were on the road. The road game against the Buccaneers that they won. It was a low-scoring affair. They pretty much harassed Tom Brady, and they won that game. So much like you're saying and what the lunatic said, I think if you can get this game into a low-scoring game, it'll favor the Cowboys. But if you're talking about having to get into a shootout, you don't have that trio of wide receivers this year. So it could be advantageous for the Bucs as opposed for you.
I feel like the best way to do that, like I said, run 12 personnel, run the ball to a lot of clock. What I did find out earlier, they added some other running back to the Tampa Bay squad. They inserted him in. I forgot his name. Something with White. I forgot. But
yeah,
I guess
I think I drafted him in my fantasy draft.
Yeah. So they're going to try to test out the run. I can kind of see what they're doing because they're trying to get Leonard Fournette and him on the rock so they can they're trying to pretty much they're going to test and see what this defense really can do. And is this defense, can they actually stop the run or can they not?
Yeah, Rashad White. So you think Tampa's going to actually test on the ground? Test the Cowboys?
Yeah, I think they are. I think they're going to try to test them. They're going to try to test the defense line and O-line. They're going to try to test the O-line to see, both wise. They're going to try to test and see if we can actually stop the run. Now, from preseason wise, we look great. But like I said, they're going to try to early and often. They're going to try to test us. I don't think they want Brady to throw the ball, but they don't want to throw too much stuff. Go ahead.
Nah, appreciate the call, Deshaun.
All right, cool.
Have a good one, man. I would have just kept going on, so I'm gonna just answer this or talk about it off. Listen, y'all. I pray and I hope they go into this game like, yo, we gonna run this ball 30 times. That ain't Tom Brady. We got my guy Chase in the building. Salute to Chase. He called in yesterday. The Tampa Bay Bucs fan. You tell me if I'm wrong here, Chase. Y'all ain't the let's test these dudes out type on the ground, right? Like it don't come off to me that way. Leonard Fournette had 9 carries last year. Not Rashad White. That's who they have now. Who was the other? Ronald Jones. He had 4 carries last year. I would love for them to take the ball out of Tom Brady's hands with Evans and Julio and Gage and decent little options, And then shout out to Chase, who told me the other tight end is actually Kyle Rudolph. They do have the rook, but it's Kyle Rudolph and Cameron Brady. Take the ball out of Tom Brady's hand, please. Put the ball in Leonard Fournette. I'm not scared of Leonard Fournette, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just not. So I hope so. Yeah, come on out. Run the ball. Tom Brady, run it. You ain't doing nothing but helping us out, in my opinion. You got a worse interior offensive line this year. We have a better interior defensive line, right? Lenny came in about 260. Now he might have slimmed up, but hey, we talking about big Lenny. Please, I welcome it. $904. What it do?
Hello.
You are live.
Hello.
What's up?
Hey, how you doing, man? First time calling. I'm
Hey.
happy to hear talking to you.
Welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you calling.
Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think the X factor could also be Diggs, but I would use him maybe twice the way they used to use Dion, sneak him out as a receiver because he used to play receiver.
Okay.
That'd throw him off guard. That'd definitely throw him off. That'd mess him up. And I think that would work. If Kellen Moore can come up with something like that. That's And I just get your opinion and take it off there.
Gotcha, man. Appreciate the call, good brother. We had somebody talked about this last year, putting Diggs out there at wide receiver. No. I feel like when you got to start doing, and let's just be honest, we are kind of at a weird spot in our wide receiver room. But when you got to do that, you are super down bad. You don't have other options. But I do think that the Cowboys have a core four, I think is what we called it before, right? TP, Zeke, Schultz, and Lamb. That's enough to game plan around all four of those guys. And then everyone else kind of just gets the leftovers. So they got enough to game plan offensively, to have a legitimate game plan. If you didn't have CeeDee Lamb and you only had maybe Zeke, you were questionable at tight end, questionable back, yeah, maybe you do some funny things, but nah, man, I need my all-pro corner to go out there and do all-pro corner things against Tom Brady, the passer, and Mike Evans. So, yeah, I'm good on that one. Special K, you're going to be mad, man. I was sitting here editing yesterday and putting the show together, and I had the drop ready to go to edit and stuff, and I didn't do it, so I'm trying to do it on the fly here. But we're gonna lock the phones up because it's getting deep here. But hold tight, I'm gonna get to all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of y'all. Well, now 4 of y'all. 912, what it do?
What is up, Will Steele, the man, the myth, and the legend? What's going on with you?
What's good, man? Appreciate that.
It's Mr. Unpopular Opinion.
Buchanan,
but okay,
James?
I'll get to it. Yeah.
It's been a while. Is there an unpopular opinion today?
It's been a while, yeah.
Or are we going into we talking about the game? Which one we got today?
My 3 X factors for this game against the Buccaneers. Number 1 is Simi Fehoko, right? The X factors aren't going to be the obvious players.
Right. That's
Simi's going to have to use this. He's going to have to use his speed to stretch the field, to take a little bit of attention away from CeeDee Lamb. Obvious.
Yeah.
So number 1, Simi Fehoko. Number 2 is Tony Pollard. He's my second X factor. Everyone knows 21. Everyone knows Zeke. Everyone knows Zeke. He's kind of like the sidekick Robin that actually saves the day instead of Batman. That's going to have to be Tony Pollard.
Okay.
And for my third X factor, it's going to have to be one of those boys in the middle, whether it's Osa or whoever they put in the middle. You have to get pressure up the gut on Tom Brady. If you get pressure up the gut, you stop him from getting the ball out so fast. And Michael Parsons is going to do Michael Parsons, another obvious. They're going to game plan. They're looking to block 11, but the pressure has to come through the A gap. They can stop the run.
Great point.
It can make him hold on to the ball, make him escape the pocket. He's not exactly Lamar Jackson.
Right.
You got to flush him out the pocket. You got to do that through the A gap. If they block the A gap, he's going to pick us apart. If we can destroy the A gap, we can make him flush out the pocket, and then he's a fish out of water. So
I agree.
I'm going to say Semi, TP, and Osa.
Semi, TP, Osa.
Those are my 3 X factors.
I'm gonna talk about that Osa one. Hey man, appreciate the call, Mr. Unpopular Opinion, right?
Yep.
My man.
I don't know if this opinion was unpopular, but
No.
you know.
Nah, it wasn't. It was a good one. I'm gonna get to that last one though. I want to talk about that. Appreciate you.
All right.
He brought up Osa. Somebody in the chat said, Sky, what about the defensive line? And if I had to pick a specific player on that defensive line, y'all know I've been bigging up Bohanna, but as much as I like Bohanna may not be a guy that they involve a whole lot in this game for a number of reasons. Now he's gotten quicker, he's gotten faster, he's gotten stronger and things like that. So maybe he does play 35, 40 snaps. But Osa is going to play a lot of snaps. And if I had to single one guy out, I agree with Mr. Unpopular Opinion. Osa would be a guy I would single out because he's going to see a lot of snaps at 3-tech, and he has the quickness to get upfield and get in the backfield and disrupt everything right away, right? It may not have that power of Neville at this moment, but he's got the length and the quickness and the leverage ability to get in Tom Brady's face. And if Micah Parsons is not coming forward a whole lot in this game and he does have to drop back, then we definitely need the interior, at the very least, the interior of that defensive line to be a factor. On the edges, I do still love D-Law against Wirfs. Like, that's going to be a battle, but I think D-Law is going to win some of them. He won some of them last year. And then on the other side, Armstrong and Donovan Smith, if I'm saying that right. But I do like Fowler against Donovan Smith. The problem is, though, on the edges, Tom can manipulate that pocket. He can step up. And if you give room for Tom Brady to step up, at the very least, he's going to get the ball off. So, unfortunately, they do have two decent, one's a Pro Bowler. I'm talking about Tristan Wirfs. But together, they got a really solid tackle situation. It's the interior I think Cowboys are going to have to attack. Happy birthday to Nick. Nick, I need money mem. Nick, I mean money mem. Shout out to Nick, man. Happy birthday, good brother. We got a couple super chats I'm going to get to and finish these phones.
Super chat.
Smoke 14 with 2 super chats. He says, man, I forgot about Bell. And then he says, Collins, Smith, Forniak, Martin, Steele would be my lineup for now. Yeah, I don't know about Collins at no left tackle, man. I don't know about all that. Then Eagles are trash.
Super chat.
Appreciate you, my guy. $2 donation. Noah Brown. Everyone forgot about Noah. He will pop. I think anybody forgot about Noah. It's Noah. You know what I'm saying? He's Noah Brown. Until otherwise, he's the other guy. Bars. Right? I don't think Noah's done enough in this league to be like, yo, y'all forgetting about Noah. Nah, we ain't. Yeah. But the funny thing is, I forget who I talked to the other day. I was like, now watch Noah Brown come out here and have 120 yards and all this and all that. And I hope like hell he does. But I hope it's because he's a recipient of the attention everyone else is getting. Right? What I don't want to happen is Noah becomes a feature part of this offense by accident. And what I mean by accident is, we're going to take what the defense gives us. I don't want that. I don't want no take what the defense gives us. Make they asses commit to CeeDee Lamb. Make them commit to Dalton Schultz. Make them commit to Tony Pollard, Ezekiel. Make them commit. Don't go in this game and 1, 2, 3 up. There's a safety, over top. I'm coming off of Dak and I'm going to Noah Brown for this 5-yard slant. I don't. That's what I don't want. D Live said Noah going to go Kevin Ogletree. If y'all don't remember the crazy game Kevin Ogletree had, what was it, 2 or 3 touchdowns against the Giants? Just randomly, one game he just went the hell off in the opening night, and we all thought everybody's running to the fantasy waiver wire. Got to pick up Kevin Ogletree. Ain't do shit the rest of the year, but he went off that game. Noah get down Brown, says Swain. Sky, Satellite Sunny, would you put Sam at middle when Parson rushes from the edge? I haven't heard about Sam Williams playing middle linebacker, so no. I just put Anthony Barr in there, LVE at this at this point. Derek said Noah gonna pop a cherry. Y'all crazy, man. Cap thinks Noah can put up said numbers. I hope, man. I hope. Y'all know me. My whole mantra is I'm just gonna tell her how it is. The faith aspect of it, I do have faith in certain aspects of the team and players that I've seen things from. I'm not going to fake the faith to y'all. I can't do it with Noah. He just got to go out there and do it, and then we can go from there. For me, personally, I hope Noah goes out there and has 700 yards, 6 touchdowns this year, and helps elevate this passing offense. But I'm just very blasé on Noah Brown until proven otherwise from Noah Brown himself. I looked on Twitter when my man was on the phone, and that's why I had to get the hell off Twitter because y'all crazy. Let's get to 325. What's good?
Hey, Sky. It's the Tampa Bay fan from yesterday.
Oh, what's up, man? Chase, right?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Chase? My apologies for by the way, for cracking jokes yesterday. We do that here. I found out you said you weren't paralyzed. No. Yeah, I didn't know you were paralyzed, so I apologize for the noise that was being made.
No, you're good. You're good. I was laughing at myself, so it's not that big of a deal.
Cool.
I just wanted to say y'all are going to have to – I agree y'all are going to have to run 12 personnel because if they try to run up on there with 11, y'all's tight ends will be nullified because the way Tampa Bay nullified Travis Kelce in the Super Bowl a few years ago. So y'all are going to have to run 12 personnel to throw more at him so they can't take him away as well as take CD away.
Yeah, and I think you have to run more just to help out your rookie left tackle, and I guess the same for Taryn Steele,
sure.
Or right tackle. Just got to help out your offensive line. If you run 12, it makes these linebackers, outside linebackers, or defensive ends have to deal with one more person in front of them.
Correct. That's all I had to say. I just want to say great show.
Thanks.
And I would call in Sunday, but I'm going to be at the game. So
okay.
It would probably be kind of loud.
Well, we don't open up the phone lines, thank God, on game day, or we'd get a lot of the craziest calls at post game. So we don't do the phone lines. Jesse Holly and myself, we just break down the game, pregame, halftime, and post game show. So you can still tune in.
All right. Oh, I will definitely. I'm in a family of Cowboys fans, so I tend to watch them quite often, and wanted to say that I will be tuning in every morning to your show because it is a good show. I like the way you break things down.
Wow, that means a lot, brother. That means a whole lot. A Tampa Bay fan that's going to tune into this show because he enjoys it. So thank you so much, Chase. Appreciate it, and again, good luck to your squad throughout the season.
No problem.
Just not on Sunday. I wonder if Chase is from. I still got him on the horn. You from the Texas area? Okay, he's from Texas. That makes sense. All right, thanks, Chase. Because I'm like, he grew up in a Cowboy household, but he's a Tampa fan. He's going to the game, put the pieces together. He's got to be from Texas, and boom, he's from Texas. Good stuff, man. Now, Niner fans, that's how you do it. Eagle fans, that's how you do it. Weirdo dude that called in that I'm not gonna go back. After the game, he'll be a Cowboys fan. I like it. All right, let's get to my Reading fam, PA fam. What's goody, man?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's up?
God bless Cowboy Nation. My 3 factors is the defensive line.
Got turn down your house.
The receiver, and just those 2. But I think the defensive line,
brother,
is going to cause havoc.
Real quick, can you turn down? Hey! Can you turn down your TV or your?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, something I can barely hear. I'm hearing echoes.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but you were echoing. You're good now. So can you repeat what you were saying?
Okay, hold on. Okay, now can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. You were just echoing, but you're good now.
Okay, now the echo's good?
Yeah.
All
right,
buddy.
Whatever. Just go ahead. We're going to push through it.
Okay. Okay, well, real quick. I just want to say that the defensive line, they want to make Tom Brady's night a nightmare. Because once they're moving from the middle of the spot where he likes to be at, he becomes a different quarterback.
Facts.
And I think if we use Kevin Turpin, he can do stuff for us. But that's all I got for today. God bless you. God bless the show. And we want to win. Let's go, Cowboy Nation.
Let's go, baby. Appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the call. We got a donation. Pick up after 5 rings.
Super chat.
Appreciate it. Over under pass attempts for ideal Cowboys offense versus Bucks. If Dak throws more than 32 times, I believe it's trouble. I saw somebody say, it might have been Tuck who might have dropped that in the chat yesterday. Over under Dak Prescott pass attempts 35. And then you kind of elaborated a little bit more. You said, we could be in trouble if he throws more than 32 times. When I think about it in general, like if you say 32 passes, first of all, that's average in the NFL in 2020. That's very average. I'm not panicking about 32 pass attempts. However, what are those pass attempts like, right? Because we talked about the best way to defeat Tom Brady or the Buccaneers defense is to attack the edges. And if we're looking at pass attempts and we're counting long handoffs, the quick outs, things like that, the 21 personnel, where they're faking it to Tony Pollard and throwing it to him. Say you throw the ball 32 times and 8 or 9 of them are quick passes, screens. I think you survive. I think you can survive off that. The problem last year from a volume standpoint is that it got up to damn near 60. I will never be like, hey, that's a great game plan for 60. But what I will defend is that Dak did come out of 12 of those, right? He did come out of 12 of those. And then I want to say at least a dozen pass attempts, and a dozen might be on the short end, but a dozen pass attempts did come from quick screens, tunnel screens, play actions to the running back, from all departments, whether it be tight end, running back, or wide receiver. They got the ball fast. So I guess it depends how those pass attempts are coming. If it's 32 attempts and 25 of those attempts are 7-step drops, 5-step drops, right? Maybe you're in a bit of trouble. But 32 attempts to me, I'm fine with 32 attempts. Definitely with how they'll do these attempts, in my opinion. If that makes sense. Good timing today, man. Phones went through smooth. We got through our meat and potatoes of the show. The chat had me crying. Like literally, it don't take much, man. I mean, you can ask Michelle. I am a noodle, man. I am a goofball. We have a good time, as y'all already know. And if you come to the games on Sundays, you'll see that as well. But y'all had me crying today. Thoughts on Dak Prescott throwing the ball 32 times or more? Who's trying to come in? Somebody trying to come in now. We good, man. We hit perfect timing, man. We hit perfect timing. All right, quick recap before we end this thing with the chat. 3 X factors for Sunday's game for me. We got the linebackers opposite of Micah Parsons, LVE, Jabril Cox, and Anthony Barr. Which one of these guys can hold the fort down if Micah Parsons is rushing more than he's dropping back this year? Jake Ferguson. The Cowboys played a ton of 12 personnel last year against the Tampa Bay Bucks. The second tight end, Blake Jarwin, saw 48 snaps, right? So if Blake saw 40-plus snaps, Jake might see 40-plus snaps. So he's going to be important from a blocking standpoint and executing in the passing game out of 12 personnel standpoint. Another X factor. And then I think the biggest X factor of the entire game is going to be Kevontae Turpin, because he's the guy that it doesn't take much. He doesn't need to see 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 touches. He doesn't. All he needs is a few opportunities. And I will take my chances. If it's 3, man, that's 3 dangerous-ass opportunities for Kevontae Turpin to flip this game upside down on its head. So those are my X factors for the game. If y'all got y'all X factors that are not these dudes or are these dudes, go ahead and list them on our way out. Who's trying to get in, JR? All right, I'm all. Come on in, JR. Now you got about a minute to come on in, and we up out of here. Y'all X factors as we roll out. My homies roll out. Dwight Davis says Anthony Barr. The blue. Mel says Dak will have 40 attempts. 40 is about that threshold. Right? It's right there to me. If the 40 attempts, 12 of them come in the quick screen manner, I can live with it. If it's 40 attempts and most of those attempts close to 40, it's dropping back, leaving you guys on the island, I feel a little like, all right, what are we doing here? Y'all asked for it, you shall receive. JR, what you got for us, good old JR?
Wow. What's good, baby? How you doing this morning?
What's up, man?
Woo! I got to stay a little calm. I'm at work, you know what I'm saying? I work at a middle school, you know what I'm talking about? So, you know what I'm saying? I got to keep it football PG-13, you know what I'm talking
PG,
about?
man.
But,
we don't want you getting in trouble at school, dog.
Hey. All I got to say, though, you know what I'm saying? You know, I've been thinking what you just said about the 32 attempts. If we have 60 attempts the whole game, 32 is pretty balanced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that means we're gonna need over 100 yards rushing. You know what I'm saying? I think we can get it. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Zeke kind of feeling himself. I saw him with the picture. He had the hair. You know what I'm talking about? He had the man purse when I was like, okay, Zeke, look at this. Come on.
He had the satchel.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm about to give me one. I'm about to get a male romper, and I'm about to give me one. You know what I'm talking about? I'm about to be out here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all watch out. You know I'll pop up to Texas Live. You know I will pop up. I know I only had a minute, but that's all I had to say. Hey, go Cowboys, hold it down. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming too loud. I got to calm down. All right, then, y'all. Love y'all.
Appreciate JR. JR about to get in trouble.
Mr. Reynolds, please report to the principal's office. We hear you talking shit over the phone. Please report to the principal's office.
You better chill out. JR, listen, man, I appreciate the energy, the passion, but I swear, for God, if you call into my show one day and say, man, Sky,
they ask, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Remember that time I called into your show and was talking about Blue Chews and I was excited. They fired me, Sky. And it's your fault. Be like, oh well, should have calmed your ass down. I appreciate you, JR, but we do not want to get you in trouble, sir. We do not want to.
Mr. Reynolds, please report to the principal's office.
We don't want that, bro. Not at all. Where was you at? Was you in the closet somewhere? Did you go to the auditorium? Where'd you go? Because like I told y'all before, I used to have to sneak around into my judge's office and, yeah, man, I think that Tony Romo's gone. Oh, somebody's coming. I used to have to do that. I get it, man. I totally understand. No judgment here. I think I did miss a super chat. I saw my guy Shaq in the building. Shout out to Shaq Edwards, the Vikings fan. Dropped $5 earlier in the show. He said, I know this is not Cowboys related, but feels good to have real NFL back. And that's a great way to end the show right now. Who y'all got tonight? Bills, Rams. Honestly, I'm just excited to have some football back, like Shaq said. So I don't give a damn who win. But if we're being honest and we're thinking about competitive advantage early, we're rooting for the Bills, right? Like, we want the Bills to win because that's an NFC team. We believe we are competing with the Bucks of the world, the Rams of the world, the Niners, the Packers, and I think the Cowboys. I think we're all in that competition for the NFC. Nah, they didn't throw the Eagles in there, whatever, right? But we're all in that competition for the NFC. So if I'm trying to get a competitive advantage, I'm going for the Bills. It's ain't even close, man. Ain't even close. Rams, Bills by 10. We got in here. Who cares? Go boys. But Bills. Yeah, that's how I feel, right? Whatever. I don't care who win. But if we talk competitive advantage, you definitely want to see Bills. Mr. Mark 42 says, I got Stafford on my fantasy. I need to tune in on Sunday. I got to talk to our guys behind the scenes if I can tease this tomorrow. Yo, the pick'em slips. I can't wait to do the pick'em slips. Speaking of fantasy, it's not quite fantasy. It's more like daily picks or whatever, daily fantasy. The pick'ems are going to be extremely fun. If you don't care about actual fantasy football, this you can win. I think it's pretty easy to win some bread. So I'll explain more about it maybe tomorrow. I'll explain more about it on Sunday, definitely on Sunday. And hopefully we can get y'all to participate in the pick'ems. I already started it on Underdog Fantasy. Ain't supposed to do that right now. But I can't wait to explain this to y'all. So y'all just stay tuned for that. Tomorrow, I think we're gonna roll out the. Don't worry about it. I think we're gonna roll out the TV tomorrow. Yeah, I think we're gonna roll out this TV tomorrow. Pretty much gonna be your show, right? We'll get to the news. We'll get to the updates and things like that. We'll do some bold predictions and we'll do actual predictions of the game and we'll have some fun with it. But tomorrow is the first Friday of the year, the last Friday of no games prior. So make sure y'all tune in for that. It should be a good one. If anything else comes up, I'll let y'all know for sure, man. All right. With that said, on your way out, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe if you have not and you are new, and share this content if you enjoyed it, right? Share this content if you enjoyed it. And later tonight, Mauricio will be back on for the final show of A to Z Sports Prime Time. Shout out to our sponsors, the Cochran Firm, DFW Turf, and Boston Scientific. I'm gonna hit that button. Hey, if you're gonna be at Texas Live, Derek, I'll be there. I'm there early. I'm there really. We play at 7:20 Central. I'll be there at like 3, bro. So I'll be there very, very early. Come holler at me. Good chat. All right. See y'all 3:06. Watching Buddy Live. We out here. Peace.
Bomb Squad!